Well, hello. Here we are back again chatting about the always exciting, fabulously amazing, riveting topic of paper. Yes, again with the paper, Stevens. And I'm gonna keep on giving you some paper chats until I feel like we've got it all covered. Because every time I open up that art supply catalog, I'm like, there's more paper in here that can cause so much confusion. And I know because I've been in that confused state of mind about many things, but namely paper. I don't know what's happening with the lighting here. I'm lit. Not really. One thing you might have noticed in your art supply catalog is that there's a whole lot of paper that ends with the word board. Chipboard, poster board, tag board, rail board, foam core board. So what's the difference between each and which ones do you actually need for your art room? Let's start with tag board. I actually have tag board right here. It doesn't come looking like this. Tag board is what a lot of art teachers use for what we call messy mats. It's a great surface to keep on the tables to help keep the tables clean. Let's be honest, we're working with kids. Nothing keeps the tables clean. Tag board is thinner than poster board and it is not coated, meaning it's going to feel like a very thick kind of paper. It comes in manila or white and it's often sold in packs of 100. For me, this is something that you gotta have in your art room, but usually if you order just one pack of 100, it will last you a very long time. We've been using these messy mats all year. We'll probably use them until the end of the year and then some. After a lot of use, tagboard sheets actually become quite beautiful, and I know a lot of art teachers, myself included, have used them for frames of student artwork as well as paper for projects too. So what's poster board? Poster board has a shiny finish on one side and is usually matte on the other. It usually comes in a variety of colors, and the color is printed on the surface, which helps to make it fade resistant. Poster board is often more expensive than tag board and usually sold in smaller quantities. In my art room, I do use poster board, but I usually order the neon poster board, and we'll use it for things like making signs for our glow gallery, or sometimes we just use it for signs around the school. Chipboard is the kind of board that cereal boxes and snack boxes are made out of. It's great stuff. It's awesome if you're thinking about doing a collage with your students. It has a really good thick tooth to it, so it can really withstand a lot of paint or collage or anything that you want to add to it. But there's really no reason to buy chipboard. All you have to do is send out a school-wide email and ask for cereal boxes, snack boxes broken down. Next thing you know, you'll have plenty for any weaving, painting, or collage projects. Foam board is like a little bit of a foam paper sandwich. It's a piece of board with a squishy foam inside. In my art room, I usually order a little bit of this because sometimes artwork has to be framed this way when we exhibit at our local museum. But most importantly, what we use it for are scraps, because when we are doing embossing of things like metal pieces, we use this as the cushion underneath. So if that's something that you're going to need it for, you can keep reusing this kind of foam core or foam board, and you don't really need to reorder it very often. It's also great for things like sculpture. It's just not how I've used it in my art room. Mat board is what you often see framing works of art. In fact, those works of art hanging up behind me, the ones that haven't fallen off the wall, those are all framed with mat board. It's not something I usually order. However, if you visit any place like a craft store or a frame shop and just ask for their sheets of leftover mat board is a great surface for students to paint on because it's really thick and it doesn't often work. We'll use it occasionally in my art room for painting projects. And another thing that kind of falls into the same category is corrugated sheets, which is essentially just what cardboard boxes are made out of. The little wavy little line that you see inside the cardboard box when you peek into it, that's called corrugation. That's that little corrugated sheet inside. Instead of spending the money to buy corrugated sheets, you could, of course, just visit your school's recycling box area, center, whatever you want to call it. And there you have it. Hopefully you aren't bored by this conversation about paperboard. Yeah, I know that joke was bad. I know it stank, but thanks for letting me share all things paper with you. Hey, so I totally have to hop back in here and share with you that I totally forgot to mention railboard. I do actually have a piece of railboard. So railboard is very similar to poster board in thickness. However, one of the main differences is while poster board has the color printed on top, which makes it a little bit more fade resistant, railboard is actually made with the dyed fibers, so the color is kind of embedded within the railboard. That means that it is not fade resistant, but it also means that the color goes through on both sides. If you're looking for messy mats that are color coordinated, like I did one year, I still have a remnant from a yellow table messy mat, then you should really check out Railboard.